going on, everyone? So this is becoming a real problem for the Los Angeles Lakers, getting into these huge holes and then having to spend the whole game digging your way out of. And as we see, sometimes you just can't dig your way out of it. And look, bad losses happen, right? Teams get blown out. It happens all the time. You're going to win some games. You're going to lose some games. You're going to blow some teams out. You're going to get blown out. It's all part of the nature of an 82-game season. But even in those games on a nightly basis, you can still come with intensity. You could still come with effort. You can still come and perform as the professional basketball players that you are. It would be one thing if this was, an outlier. It was like, oh man, the last 5 games, the Lakers have looked really good. The energy, the hustle, all of that has been great, right? And it's just like, hey, you know what? This was just a bad game. They just didn't have it tonight, right? If it was something like that, all right, we could give them the pass and move on. But every single game this year, it's just we start these games like we have a 20-point lead. Right? We're coming out and it's lackadaisical and we're just giving up all these offensive rebounds and teams are just out hustling us and out playing us and just doing the things that they are supposed to do, yet we're not supposed to do it. And I don't know what the problem is, right? Many people love to just go directly into Darvin Ham, right? And, it's Darvin Ham's fault. Darvin Ham is the reason that the Lakers lose games like this. At what point is it on the players to show energy? Right? Darvin Ham could give you the best hype motivational speech, could have all his guys. At the end of the day, it's the player's job to show up and do their job, to execute properly, to do all the things that are necessary for the game of basketball. Not just go out there and look pretty and, just jack up a bunch of shots. No, to execute, to defend, to hustle, to chase down loose balls. Right? To do the things that are necessary to win a basketball game. And this is becoming a constant thing. This is beyond the coach. This isn't a coach problem. This is a personnel player problem. The players aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right? And maybe you can fault the coach for maybe he's just not holding guys accountable, but how much more is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? He's just supposed to sit all the starters until they figure it out. We're already short-staffed, right? We already have 4 guys missing. A coach shouldn't have to tell guys to show up and play basketball. A coach should be, drawing up the schemes, explaining and having guys prepared, but it's up to the players to show out and give that effort. The Lakers just aren't giving it. The Lakers have the talent. The Lakers have shown when they're locked in and focused, you're not beating this team. But they like to turn it on in the second half or the fourth quarter. And it's like in this game, it's like it's too late. Like what are you doing here? Right? Like we need the effort. That should be the last issue. Bad nights happen, cold starts happen, just rough games happen, guys just, having bad days happen. It happens. That's not the problem here. It's okay to have bad games, bad moments, but you should never question a team's energy or a team's commitment to winning the game of basketball, and that's where we're at with the Lakers. We're questioning their commitment to the game of basketball right now. Nobody seems to want to show up and actually play with energy and effort. And that's becoming a real problem. And we need to correct that. Luckily, we're early in the season to where you can correct that and you can make those adjustments to, go into hopefully the later games and then the back half of the season and kind of get everything right going into the playoffs. Because, look, again, the Lakers have the talent. They have the depth. They have the versatility. They have everything you need to win an NBA championship. No question. None. Is the loss of Jared Vanderbilt a bit of an issue? Of course, because he brings energy. He brings defense, right? That can be contagious. That gets other guys involved, right? Is the loss of Rui a problem? Yeah, of course. You're talking about a legit scorer. You're talking about another sizable Wayne, another guy that's going to bring it on a nightly basis. Gabe Vincent, same thing. He's going to hustle. He's going to attack. He's going to be a point of attack defender. Hopefully he starts knocking down open shots, right? Taurean Prince, he's a veteran guy. He's going to show up. He's going to hit some shots that can, again, become contagious. But they're not the sole issue here. The issue is just simple as showing up to play the game of basketball. That's it. That's all it is. If we play the way that we know we are capable of playing, because we've seen the Lakers play that way. We've seen the Lakers when they lock in and are focused and really kind of buckle down, you're not going to beat this team. But it's becoming, this is now the 6th game. And instead of starting to push ahead and gaining some traction on, being above 500, now we're at 500 again, going to go play on the road again with a desperate Miami team that needs to start stringing together some wins. And you're the Lakers, and everyone's going to show up. It's going to be like, all of a sudden you could look back and you could be down 2 or 3 games from 500, because every team every night is going to bring it. We got to start winning games on the road. All of the games we've won have been at home. All of the games we lose are on the road. You have to win on the road if you want to win NBA championships, right? Like, look at the Warriors last season. Struggled all year, couldn't win a game on the road, second round exit. Like, the Lakers, they have the talent. They have the personnel. They can win on the road, especially against some of these teams. Right? And look, I've talked about it. Orlando is a good team. I don't want to take away from Orlando. They've been really good this year. They're starting to look like that young team that's figuring it out and putting it together. And I think Orlando is going to be a very good team for quite some time in the foreseeable future. Right? They're a team that I've talked about. They've had stretches every year the last few years where they've been the best team on both sides of the basketball for small sample sizes. Is this the year that they put it together? Right? And it very well could be. Orlando's now going to be 4-2 on the season, or is, right? And home court, you know that they're going to show up and they're going to want to get this win. You know how this is going to go if you don't show up. If you end up falling asleep at the wheel, and what do the Lakers do? They fall asleep at the wheel. The one bright spot out of this is that Austin Reeves continued to have a pretty solid game again, which is good, right? Austin Reeves looked like a team that, all right, is starting to, or a player, not a team, looking like a player that is starting to kind of get back into the flow of things. So that's good. He scored over 20, which is great, and had some good efficiency. But this is just, it's unacceptable. It really is. It's unacceptable. We need to start putting this together as a team. We got to stop all of this just nonsense. These slow starts, us not showing up and, playing the way that we're supposed to play. Getting into these just crazy holes and then having to climb out. Because you're going to lose more games than you're going to win that way. Because there's going to be those nights where you're not going to have it and you're not going to be able to crawl out. And that's what you're seeing. And then, you have the fake comebacks. It's to the point where it's like, come on, guys. Show up. Deliver. Do your thing. Win some basketball games here. And I don't know what the answer is other than they need to look in the mirror, have a conversation, whatever, and just say, okay, we're not doing our job. Right? Again, this has nothing to do with Darvin Ham. This has to do with the players not playing the way that they're supposed to play. This has to do with guys not coming and starting games with the energy. And we'd rather go down 15 and try to come back. That's 2 games in a row, you're down 20 points. 2 games in a row, you're trying to scratch and claw, and it's just, you're not going to win many games that way. Sure, are you going to win, Are you going to have that Clipper game? Of course. Are you going to have those moments? Of course. You're going to have these moments where, you end up getting those huge come from behind wins. I mean, we had it against Dallas last year, right? Where we were down like 27 or whatever and came back. You're going to have those games where you're going to come back and win. But more times than not, you're not going to be able to do that and you're going to lose. And it's just, again, it's inexcusable. Got to do your job. Got to come up and show some energy. This is becoming a real problem. Again, luckily it's only been 6 games into the season. So it's not something where it's like, it's unfixable and the season's over or anything like that. But you got to start correcting this. You got to start correcting this like now. You have a very winnable stretch here. The Lakers have about like 11 of their next like 13 games that are very, very winnable games. Very winnable games. Some are at home, some are on the road, some of them are in that in-season tournament. Right? In these next like 13 games or whatever, you need to win like at least 9 or 10 of them. At least. And you should win like 9 or 10 of them. Again, you're going to have that off night. You're going to have that game. You're going to have that team that just shoots the lights out. You're going to have something like that. But it's like every night, some new team we play has some record broken, right? Orlando, the most points they scored in the first quarter this season. Who else? Against the Lakers. You see all these guys have like career highs and stuff against the Lakers. It's just, you got to do your job. It's frustrating. It is. But again, not all hope is lost. I still believe we right the ship. I still believe we get the job done. But we got to start doing this like now. Like right now. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think like, yeah, definitely this is becoming a real problem? Do you think like, no, it's early in the season, they'll correct it, they'll right the ship? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below.